Hey guys, it's me, Rick Verde, coming back at you with Writing 101. And today we're talking about antagonists and how to create the perfect antagonist for your protagonist. I know, try to say that 3 times fast. Jesus Christ. But here we go. Alright, your antagonist must be powerful enough to attack your protagonist's weaknesses. Ooh, Jesus, I blew my own mind on that one. And I might have gotten a little dizzy trying to say that. Your antagonist must be able to attack your protagonist's weakness. That's a tongue twister for me. But, and the perfect example I always say is watch The Dark Knight. And I know what you're thinking. It's a movie, Rick. We are here to write books. And you're right. But the perfect antagonist I have ever seen was Heath Ledger's Joker. I have read tons of books, trust me, tons. And nothing has ever compared to what I saw in the movie theater and what I've seen on that TV a million times because I cannot get enough of that movie, especially the scene in the police station in the interrogation room. I I worn out one DVD. I had to buy a Blu-ray. Okay, that's how many times I've seen that movie. Heath Ledger is amazing at that. So you want an antagonist that can attack your protagonist's weakness. Remember that. It's a tongue twister, but it works perfectly. And why am I using Heath Ledger's Joker? Here goes why. He was able to attack Batman's weaknesses. And this is the weakness Batman has. He will not kill anyone. And now, I don't know how many of you grew up reading comic books, but I was a geek for comic books. I went to St. Mary's of the Assumption High School, and not that far away, there used to be a comic book store, and on Fridays they let us out early, uh, which was a good thing because if we didn't, we would get jumped by Elizabeth High School students. And me and my friend Doug used to go to the comic book store, and we would read some of the comic books there. And I was big into Batman and all those things. And one of the things Batman does is, again, he does not kill his villains, no matter what they do. And the Joker has done some crazy things to him, including, and if you haven't read the comic books, it's gonna blow your mind. He has killed Robin, and not the first Robin, who became Nightwing. He killed the second Robin, Jason Todd. Uh, so, I mean, he's done a lot of evil things. Okay, so uh, he deserves to die, but Batman never kills him. And at the very end of the movie, you see, he even says, "We are destined to do this for a very long time." And he's right. They are going to do this forever and ever. So there's this one scene in the movie where Batman's coming at him with a motorcycle and he's shooting at him with his gun and he's saying, "I want you to do it. I want you to do it. I want you to do it. I want you to do it." And he's not moving out the way. He has no fear. Okay? That is his strength, and he's playing against Batman's weakness. That is a strength of the antagonist. Okay, that's one. And what you want is another thing you want with your antagonist is you want your antagonist to always put pressure on your protagonist. That's step two. And how Heath Ledger does this is by constantly making Batman make decisions throughout the entire movie. One of them, just like I said, was in the interrogation room. He makes him decide. He tells him that killing is choosing between one life and the other. And he has to choose between Rachel Dawes or Harvey Dent. And he chooses Rachel Dawes, which we find out ends up being Harvey Dent. But he's constantly having to make decisions. There's even one part where he tells him, I think it's more towards the beginning of the movie, where he says, if you take off your mask, all this will stop. And he doesn't. And I mean, he has countless attempts, chances to end this whole chaos, but he doesn't. And it's all this pressure that Joker is applying to him. So again, your antagonist, if he can apply pressure, constant pressure onto your protagonist, it just creates a better character. It just makes your character stronger. And I feel like with the book I wrote, Killing Xenu, I did as much as I could with that. Uh, where I took the antagonist and I just kept applying pressure and pressure onto my protagonist as much as I could, uh, making him make decisions that he didn't want to. And when you do something like that, it makes your characters, first off, you feel for them, you sympathize, you're able to see through their eyes. But sometimes you go, hey, if it was me, I would do something different. Like watching The Dark Knight, many times I said, hey, I would just take off a mask. You're Bruce Wayne, people will understand. I don't think anybody would have found him guilty in a court of law. Also, I would have said, kill the Joker at the end of the movie. No one will find you guilty in a court of law. That's me. Uh, but you gotta come up with something like that. Also, I don't remember who said it, but I read a book one time where it said that the protagonist and the antagonist should be competing for the same goals. And uh, in that movie, it doesn't seem that Batman and the Joker are fighting for the same goals. But in the very last scene, where Batman and Joker are together, you realize they are. And that goal is Gotham's soul. So if you can come up with a way that they are competing for the same goal, then you really, if you find a way to hit all three marks, you have really hit a home run. And you have created some strong characters. So, I mean, this is really the best way to do it. And you really, in the end, if you can do all three of these things, I think you are able to create your like the protagonist you have created will learn lessons. Just like in the Dark Knight, Batman figured out that he has to be outside of the law. Uh, I mean, he takes the blame for Harvey Dent's death, and he goes outside of it. Um, and you find out in the next movie that it's been 8 years since Batman's been seen, and there's a Harvey Dent Day and all that. And people believe that Batman killed him. So I mean, those are I believe the three keys to creating the perfect antagonist. So if you're able to do that, you will have the perfect antagonist, and you will create a very successful protagonist, and you will have a book that's worth reading. Again, I don't know how this plays out in romance novels. I've never written a romance novel. I've never read a romance novel. So if you're watching this, and you're going, he doesn't know anything about my genre that I'm writing, and your genre is romance, I'm sorry. I don't know anything about that. But I believe if you're writing a thriller, a horror, or anything like that, these are the keys to making a good book. So thank you for watching this. Hit the subscribe button, leave some comments. If you have any questions that I can help you with, I would love to. Again, just leave those comments below, and I'll get back to you with my next video. Thank you.